follow a traditional way of life here. All the animals go up to the mountain pastures in the summer to look for fresh grass. We successively move up in altitude as the grass grows. This makes us nomads, because the cows follow the grass and we follow the cows. It's not a tradition, it's our way of life. In fact, in summer, the herd feeds exclusively on grass by grazing. The herd moves around during the summer to follow the growth of the grass, but in the winter months, they return to the closed farm, where they are fed exclusively on hay from the valley and a small percentage of concentrated feed, which is highly regulated by the BEAUFORT designation of origin. We have very special cow breeds, such as the Terrine breed, which produces our milk. They are adapted to the mountain life, meaning that they are used to walking a lot, to live outside day and night. The cows go to the milking machines. These are mobile, will follow our herds, and we will go there to milk them. It's never the animals that move, it's always the men and the machines. Of course, there are no GMOs in the food, and therefore no pesticides, because there are no fertilizers here. This is why you will not find any trace of pesticides in the milk or the final product. They never receive medicines here. It is very rare for a veterinarian to come up. This can happen in the case of an accident, but never because of any dietary or feeding problems. We make sure they are in the best possible condition to produce milk. When you look at the landscape around you, you're in the middle of nature. We really live with nature, so I don't know if you can be more natural than living with nature. The milk comes from the mountain pastures. Then it goes to the cooperative, where the milk will be used to make BEAUFORT cheese. BEAUFORT is a registered designation of origin. It is characterized by the fact that our milk is collected every day, 365 days a year. We collect milk in the morning and in the evening. BEAUFORT cannot be made anywhere else in France. BEAUFORT is only made in Savoy. I think it is very, very important to guarantee the quality of the product. Once the cheese is made, the proteins will have their own qualities that are difficult to find in other milks. After the production of BEAUFORT cheese, we recover the whey, which is extremely fresh. It arrives at the factory, where it is processed fairly quickly. The whey is cooled down and then goes through two essential stages. A debacterization stage. We sanitize the product using a special physical process named cold microfiltration. Then we concentrate the proteins through another filtration system, also cold at 15 degrees. There, we separate the proteins from the rest. The product is dried and the final powder, Grassfit, is obtained. The whole process, in particular the extraction of the proteins, is done this way in order to preserve all the properties of the protein. A special aspect of the factory is that it recycles the waste resulting from the manufacture of Grassfit powder. It has built two circuits for this purpose. The first circuit consists of producing biogas from the effluent left over from the manufacture of the protein. This biogas is treated and goes to an engine that transforms it into electricity. In this way, we make the factory energy self-sufficient. The second circuit is the treatment of liquid effluents for their return to the natural environment. We clean the used water to return it to the rivers near the manufacturing plant. Once in the river, the water evaporates, returns to the mountain pastures through rain, and ends up in the milk, an environmental chain. Grassfit can also be considered a green powder because, as you can see, the whole process is environmentally friendly, especially in the manufacturing plant, which is almost self-sufficient in energy consumption. We therefore have a fairly low carbon footprint.